Here's what I think of the Honda SCL500. It's a great starter bike with appropriate power for a beginner, potentially the perfect amount. It's affordable if you're wanting to buy new and easy to modify yourself, which is a huge perk. My favorite part is it encourages riding by feel, and I saw it give a brand new rider a ton of confidence in real time. I'm actually really proud of him. He did exceptionally well. He went from being afraid to shift into second to running up his gears, signaling and practicing some stellar lane positioning. So if you're in the market, I say stop torturing yourself with spec sheets and perpetual reviews like the one you're watching right now. Buy it and get to riding. With that out of the way, if you want to see how I got there or you just want to stick around for the ride, let's go.
There we go. This is it, dude. I rode this path earlier with my buddy Michael. This is his first bike, and my other friend Michael has had the same bike. It is the Honda SLC500 or SCL500. I always get them mixed up, but it's a great little beginner bike that we're in fourth on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gonna go down towards the lake. But it's been cool. He's been putting around on it. It was tough for him to get from second to third because he kind of got to horse it a little bit. Great little bike though. I do feel a little over the handlebars, like there's not a lot of bike in front of me, which, you know, I actually like, especially on this. It feels pretty raw. You don't really have to think about it. He upgraded a few parts on this he wanted me to talk about. So I guess we'll talk about it, but it doesn't have, you know, a tachometer, so you don't really know your revs. If I would, well, I mean, I gave this advice today, but as a beginner on this bike, whoa, I just think you should go by the sound of the motorcycle. You shouldn't go by speed or anything like that, but just when you're feeling good is when you should switch in. I'm sure this bike has been reviewed a ton, and so I'm sure you know all the things you need to know about it, but there was something cool I got to see today, which was my friend who was, you know, at the start of the day, scared to go from first to second. It was lurching him. He didn't like how that felt. I think he got some bad advice from some other friends, and so that put him in a bad way. But after maybe 30 minutes of going up and down the street doing this thing, and I mean, like, he's ridden it before, but this thing has like 50 miles on it. And when we first started going, he was at little doggy. He was at 24, I think. So I mean, he doubled what he's done in months today just by being comfortable on this thing. I think it wants to be in second here. Oh, no, maybe third. Yeah, third. It likes third. But all this just to say that I think this bike, I mean, I don't think, I saw it happen, inspires confidence in a new rider, and I've quickly gotten used to it. It's pretty fun. I don't know if it's for me at this point, because, you know, I do want just a little bit more, but I go on the freeway quite a bit, and I'm sure this could handle it. And later I'll try something similar. I think I'm gonna go around. There's a point where it gets a little quicker. Ooh, I'm getting gross with the abuse of it, but like, I'm not properly shifting. Again, maybe prior to this, I had 10 minutes on the bike, 5 minutes, and it was just in front of his house just to show him how to properly shift from first to second. But it's nice. It sounds nice. He put an exhaust on it. And I think it's been nice for him to tinker with something and just kind of, I think it's important, especially for a new rider, to visually like the look of the bike. There's something that I've been thinking about where there's some bikes that before I saw them in person, I thought they were ugly. Like my FJR online, on pictures, on like Facebook Marketplace ad, whatever, I really don't like it. But in person, I love that bike. I don't love the headlights. That's my only drawback with it. I think they're a little too feminine, but that's just me. Oh, look how fun this is. Oh, look how fun this is! Like, come on. Come on. And for a new budding rider, I think you're at the upper echelon of power I'd feel comfortable recommending to a new rider, where I'd be like, yeah, dude, this is kind of what you should be at. At least, you know, he's in his 30s, late 30s, old man. But it's something where this is an appropriate bike, I think, for him to jump in on, especially without motorcycle experience. If he had motorcycle experience, it's a different thing. And on the ride up, I was talking about how you kind of have to tailor your bike to where you live, and I think he chose really well. Like, he really likes this little path by the lake, and this bike works really well for him. I'm gonna let this guy go, even though we probably should have gone. He's gonna go slow, but that's okay. We'll just pop. We'll stop up ahead, take a look at the bike, go from there. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yes. So like, it depends on where you're at. Like for me, the FJR is nice because, you know, there's sometimes where I have to go out to the resort and it's like, it's pretty far, you know, it's like 150 miles in a day, 300 if I want to come back. So, you know, I'm going a good bit, and that works for me. And this is perfect for where he's at. I mean, arguably, I guess an adventure type bike would be nice, but I think this is pretty dope. Like, it allows him to kind of putt around, do the lake like he wants to do. It looks cool. And the only thing he has to contend with is, you know, debris on the road. He has to watch out for deer, things like that, you know. So he doesn't need something with crazy fairings. He won't be doing any crazy speed for... Oh, okay, that kicks down too much. Again, please. Be nice to me. I just got on this thing, but it's pretty freaking fun. And you can kind of manhandle it, which is nice. I think that's the difference. My bike is so planted and serious isn't the right word, but uniform. And this is just fun. Anyways, I think I've gotten far from what I was trying to say. What I'm trying to get at is, if you are a new rider, I think that this is a really good option. It gives you, I think, top of the power that you should have access to, and that you can still ring out, have fun with, and you can still scare yourself with this. You can for sure hurt yourself, but you can hurt yourself with everything. You know, you gotta be mindful, you gotta be cautious, but I don't know. I feel like I'm getting more lost into this bike because I need to. I need to listen. I don't have my music on, and I'm just kind of enjoying it. And I'm sure that would change over time, but I think it's good to be in tune when you're starting. Okay. So to my knowledge, what he changed was the exhaust, and then he took off these rear sets and then did this tail tidy right here. And it kind of gives it almost like a bobber-ish look to me. I know it's not, because it's not, obviously, but I don't know, that's all my brain's really getting at. But I think it looks nice and clean. I know some people cut that off, this little tab right here. I think the most I've seen this is Life of Birch. Also, my other friend Michael, that started also, showed me. So, but his is built a little differently. Like, he went a different path with it, which is nice and cool. And I'm getting judged, so we're gonna go. But yeah, a few little tasteful mods. It is annoying for me, and I don't know if this is just something that'll go away with like muscle memory and all that, but to get that kickstand back and in underneath you is a little tough. Yeah, dude, this bike is just super willing. I think it just really gives you what you want. Like, I feel unencumbered. I feel it feels standard. It feels just, it's a 500cc bike. I feel like I should be more uncomfortable than I am. But it's pretty open. I'm 5'11" and heavy. I got I think a 36 for an inseam, but it's just good, man. There is just the added component for me that this bike, in the similar way that my dad just picked up a bike super similar to the first bike he ever rode, and I went for a little spin on that, which I'm going to make a video on that real soon. But it feels like a heritage bike to me, where both of my friends have learned and are learning on this motorcycle. So it's been in my zeitgeist for a while. I know it's maybe not the most exciting to most people, but I'm just freaking happy. It's just fun. And this is what it's made. You might be happy on any bike doing this, but this just feels nice. Like, it looks good. The tank looks good. These grips are nice. I'm sure it's not that much gas in here, but it's a 500. I'm sure it's fairly efficient. I don't really much care about the stats or all that sort of stuff, but just the feel of it. And I think it is confidence inspiring, is what I'm trying to say. Well, let's see how the get up and go is. That guy's going kind of slow, but we'll see here. There is, when you're downshifting, it does lurch you a little bit. So I will say there is that. Okay, I'm feeling the wind. I feel it really billowing under my arms. But 60 feels pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty nimble. I feel like if I need a brake, brakes aren't bad, They're not great, but, entry level beginner bike, you're kind of getting what you need. So it's obviously pretty windy. It's about to storm here. But my advice for the beginner is really to hug the tank with your knees. Otherwise, you feel like you're floating away a little bit on this bike. It's nothing major, but I could see someone who's new who could get a little scared, a little worried by that, maybe unnecessarily freak out. But maybe punch in a little bit, grip it. You got these for a reason, and you're all good. Woo! Now let's be realistic. Is this something you're gonna crush highway miles with? Probably not. I mean, you could put a little screen on there and you could get by. Like, I'm not saying it would be the worst thing in the world, but I think I think if that's your main thing, you might be out of luck. But it can do it. It's not like if you have this bike, you can't hop on the highway. Whereas like my 250 that I started with, I would not recommend. It did not have the guts. I mean, I did it a few times, but like right here, passing, no, I wouldn't do it on this bike. I'm going 70. I'm getting pushed by the wind a little bit. Not quite thrown around, but not quite comfortable either. Like right here, yep. Yeah, it's taking me. That's taking me. These are also not the best conditions. Apologies if the footage looks a little rough. I have ND filters for a bright sunny day. See here, I'm cruising at 65 and I feel comfortable. But I think for a new rider, 65 is a lot to ask, especially at the gate. And that's not me talking down. I mean, when I was a new rider and a truck passed me going 35, I thought I was going to explode. So I'd say the big thing here is if you're looking at this bike, you're a new rider, I legitimately think you can get a year and a half, 2 years out of this bike. Obviously, if you're chasing power and stuff like that, getting yourself in trouble, might not work for you, but you're not listening anyways, I think if I started with this bike, I think I would have got 2 years out of it. I think I would have ridden the absolute crap out of it. I really like the used bike model. I think it's good. I really enjoy it, but this is one you could buy new and not feel bad about. Modify it, not feel bad about. I think he'll keep this bike. And if not, I mean, if he gets rid of it, I might pick it up because I think it's fun. I'm not saying he should sell it, but I'm also saying if it does what you need it to do, I think it's just a fantastic option. This guy just does not want to let me get over. So I had to get turned around here. That's a cool little deal there. But highly recommend. I think it's a cool bike. I think very enjoyable for beginners. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. I haven't been on it very long, but this is just my kind of first impressions, and I guess I call it a review, but I just think how quickly my friend gained confidence on it and how my other friend started with his bike, I think it'll be a good option for most people. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.